Well, hello there. I'm the old Growler. Welcome to Meeting Expectations. What we do here is we take a look at a can of beer, a bottle of beer, sometimes a wine or a spirit might drop by. We're all friends in fermentation. We look at the label, we read everything on the label, we take a look at the artwork, we see what they're trying to sell us, we crack it open and see if it meets expectations. First of all, though, all beers should be served at the correct temperature. Lagers between 37 and 47 degrees Fahrenheit and ales between 50 and 55 degrees Fahrenheit. The good folks at ThermoWorks sent me a lollipop thermometer. That way I can test the temperature of all of the beers here. There is a link in the description box for all of their information. Also, we always, all of the beers here are tested and tasted in the same glassware. That way nobody has a leg up when it comes to clarity or aromatics. And finally, most folks, when they do a tasting, they will take a look, they will sniff, they will sip and pontificate. Well, I will pontificate, but I'm going to sip first. Why? I'll let wine expert Fred Dax explain it all to you. He can do a lot better than I can. All right, what do we have here? Okay, dressed in white lotus. Oh, well, very zen. Yes. No, wrong religion. American India Pale Ale. Alcohol 7% by volume, 1 pint. Twin Elephant Brewing Company. And it's a government warning that I should not be a pregnant woman operating heavy machinery. And I promise I will not do that. Twin Elephant Brewing Company, 13 Watchung Avenue, Chatham, New Jersey, 07928. Mindfully brewed. Mindfully brewed. There we go again. It is an English ale yeast. The Brewers Association has it certified as an independent brewery. 2-row flaked oats, spelt, S-P-E-L-T. Yeah, I know how it's spelt. It's a grain. Spelt, red wheat, Citra, Mosaic, and Simcoe. Citra has got your lemon. Mosaic is slightly piney, if I remember right there. And Simcoe, I'm not too sure of. English ale yeast, as we just said. All right. What are we looking at? Well, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that there was some Buddhist Zen person got lost and really ended up in the right place here brewing beer with the Twin Breweries companies in New Jersey, but I don't know any better. So all I'm going to say is the flaked oats in here, that's going to be some body on here. So there's a lot of body in here. Alcohol 7% by volume, which adds a little bit more. An American India Pale Ale, I've got no idea what that is. I know what an India Pale Ale is. Let's see how close it comes. Well, in the white, dressed in white lotus. No, I don't want to think about that. India Pale Ale. An India Pale Ale, a coppery colored, nicely hopped, especially in the aromatics, and we've got the alcohol. Let's see if it meets those expectations. Well, it's not copper colored. It's not clear. I hate doing this. I really hate doing this. Oh, please, please, nothing floating, nothing floating, please, nothing floating. Nothing floating. All right, well, a very effervescent, orange-looking, creamsicle type of a thing. Peter, don't be derogatory. Okay, it looks like a New England pale ale for sure. It's got the haze to it, the whole business. And the rocky head, which means it's not a very it's not a very dense head. Okay, we're running a little bit low. It's around 46 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's not quite 50, but most folks want it cool anyway. There we go. All right, well, it looks like a pale ale, India Pale Ale. That's for, well, It looks like a New England India Pale Ale. If that makes it an American India Pale Ale, fine. Let's see. Let's see if it tastes like one. Cheers. I had to take 2 sips. You might hear church bells in a little bit. It's just noon here in Brooklyn, and my taste buds, they usually don't wake up until 1 or 2 when I do my regular tastings. So they're asleep and they have to be woke. But they've just been woke. Boy, have they been woke. But let's let our little olfactory friends go in there first. Okay, there is definitely a leafy type of green leaf springtime, not quite new mown hay, but along the, if you take a green leaf and crumple it up in your hand, any type of green leaf, you'll get that kind of aroma, and that's pretty much what that is. But let's see what the taste buds make of that. Wow. They agree. There's a leafiness, but underneath, this is a nice full-bodied beer. It isn't buxom. It's not out there, strutting its stuff. But it's a nice, happy little full-bodied beer. Yeah. And the flavors, the hops. The spike of the flavor. There's especially the Citra in there, the lemon, and there is a little bit of what would be conifer. If you take a Christmas tree, a fir tree, and take the needles, do that, you get a little bit of that flavor as well. Oh, wow, what an interesting beer! I'll tell you, there might be a little bit of to this one, but even though this is first of all interesting looking, so I was expecting an interesting beer, and how one can describe interesting sometimes is that they don't like it, but the other is interesting is I found something out, and this is I found something out beer. So does Dressed in White Lotus American India Pale Ale from the good folks at Twin Elephant Brewing meet expectations? I tell you, it doesn't make any difference whether it did or didn't. It certainly educated me. Well, if you enjoyed this presentation, please click on the subscribe button and the bell. That way you won't miss any of our presentations. A thumbs up would be great. Share us with your friends. And a comment would be really appreciated. I'm Pete LaFrance, the Old Growler, hoping all of your beers meet expectations.